All right. Welcome back, my regular viewers, listeners, and watchers. And of course, if you happen to be here for the very first time, welcome. Before I go any further, my name is Rahul George, India's premier eye hypnosis coach and your personal guide. So I can definitely say I had a very powerful day of sessions and ended, of course, with sessions with my students. And as I kind of wrapped up the session after a good 2.5 hours of a marathon deep diving into, what is it as healer coaches? What is it that we need? What is it that will make us more easily available and accessible to more people? It's like, in the simplest of terms, it's when you are making sure that more people see you, more people find you, and as time progresses, more people get to experience what you do and the magic that you bring into their lives. That is what builds a successful business. So, even as I was going through the process with them, and of course, by the end of it, it gave me a moment to reflect on the session, reflect on the day, and the many conversations that I've had with people today. Um, that sort of was where the idea sprung for the topic for today's pod. And this has everything to do with literally, if you're willing to test, whether it is you're willing to test out your theory of what is it that people really want, because sometimes, and especially if you are a healer coach, that means you're somebody who is in that process of discovering, what is it that you're truly meant to be doing, and you're not yet at that point where you know exactly what you do, and people know exactly what you do, and so therefore, whether you show up um, actively or otherwise, people seem to find you. But this is assuming that you've not yet reached that point. What is so relevant and so important is that you continue to test. So for those of you who've studied NLP, there's one concept called the TOTE, which is test, operate, test, and then exit. So, as the model goes, the idea here, of course, is that, in fact, I'll just keep it to the first part, which is everything to do with testing. So, as long as you're willing to go out into the world and test, whether it is, the offer that you're creating for people, whether it is the service that you're creating for people, what's really important is that you test it to ensure that you're constantly getting feedback. And as you keep testing, that is what will keep you relevant to people and relevant in their lives. And the more you do this, you will eventually get to that point where you have a viable business. So, especially as a healer coach, this is something I can tell you that is very vital. That as long as you do this and you do it persistently, you do it consistently, sooner or later, but eventually you will get to that point where things start to connect, your funnel starts to work, and more people, find you, they show up, and they really, more than anything, they're grateful, and they have that deep sense of gratitude that you are actually there in their lives. So maybe this is a message that you've been waiting to listen to, and if you're here right now, obviously listening to this, it means that message received. And as always, having said all of this, remember, of course, to live with purpose. As you know, these are daily pods, so I will be back tomorrow. And as I say this before, and I say it again, if there's any way in which I can help you, please definitely reach out and let me know, and I'll be more than happy to help you. Um, I will be back, of course, as I said a moment ago, I will be back tomorrow. Have a truly fantastic day ahead and an absolutely amazing year ahead too. God bless, and I'll see you in the next one.